Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt with 86 Gaming, and I'm going to be going over this mouse here. It's from 1STPLAYER Gaming, and as far as I know, it's a fairly new company as far as 2015. That's about as far back as I could go to find anything on them. So this is a pretty neat mouse. I got it out of the box and I was pretty stoked with how good it looked and how it's got a nice weight to it. You've got nice Teflon feet on the bottom that are really nice. It just looks really good. It looks professional. It looks nice, and they use a decent sensor in it. I wouldn't call it an amazing sensor, and I am going to mention a discrepancy with something I don't understand on the packaging, because when you get it, there's kind of limited information on it, and that's sort of where some of my problems with understanding some of this goes. So if you know something I don't, feel free to leave a comment and help educate me, because the first thing is it's an Avago 3050 sensor. It's an ADNS 3050 sensor. If you've ever used Cooler Master Zornet mouse, or if you've used the Rocat Lua mouse, they use the ADNS 3050 sensor. And as far as I know, it only goes up to 2000 DPI. This mouse advertises it goes up to 4000 DPI, but it's the same sensor, so I'm not sure how they do that. It also says that it goes up to 6400 CPI. If you're confused like me because you know a little bit about that, then CPI and DPI, as far as I know, are synonymous with each other. It's the same thing, just a different way to name the exact same standard. So 6400 CPI is essentially 6400 DPI. There is no difference, and that was confusing to read that on the paper. It says 4000 DPI on a sensor that only goes up to 2000 DPI as far as I know, and then 6400 CPI, which contradicts its previous statement and also contradicts what the sensor should allow. It also has 4 different modes. You have a DPI or CPI switch right here to change through 4 different modes, but you don't really know which one you're on. I do know that red is probably like 200 DPI because it just drags across the screen. I don't really know what the middle one is. I'd probably say it's about, 1000 DPI. And then the third and fourth one feel the same to me. Like I couldn't detect a difference in it by using it, and I was trying to compare it to the mouse I use, which is the Gamdia Zeus, and I keep at about 3600 DPI. So that was a little confusing. There's also some paperwork in there that says, go to our website, 1stplayer.com, and download the drivers if you want to download the drivers. So I was like, okay, cool. That way maybe we can see, what it's polling at. We can get a little more information on the mouse. I go there, I click mice, and power supplies come up. I couldn't find mice on their website. I've been sitting here looking, and that's something. I did contact them about that, and I'm not, if they're a newer company, they're probably going through some technical changes. So I wasn't going to go too overboard about that. We'll stick to the fact that A, it's a $15 mouse, or $19 if you get it on Newegg. And it's a really nice, comfortable, and sleek looking mouse. It responds, it works, and it plays well. It does have a breathing light feature I wish I could turn off. I think that the braided cable's nice, but maybe a little bit too short, and it would have been nice to see the gold-plated USB connector. While that offers little to nothing really in the budget arena, it would be nice to see that, especially because they claim it goes to 1000 Hertz polling, and that gold just conducts better. So that would have been a nice added feature, but I'm sure it would have jacked the price up a little bit as well. Overall, for a budget mouse, I think it's a really solid pickup, and it's just comfortable. It's asymmetrical design, so kind of ambidextrous. Not kind of, it is ambidextrous. It's got and I get made fun of for the way I slaughter that word, so go ahead and pick on me for that if you want. But you got your left and right clicks, and for me, that's actually really comfortable. I didn't really mess with that much, but I could probably rest my pinky there and use that just fine. Actuation is really nice, and it feels like a really solid mouse. But time will tell. I'll use it for a little bit, and I will update in the comments below if I find any problems with it or think ill of it at any point in the future. But I'm pretty happy with the sensor that they chose to put in it, and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. I just think that it's pretty sharp looking for $15 to $20 mouse. And if you're looking for something white that kind of matches, like, if you've got a white tower or a white keyboard, which I don't have, but if you do have that, then it'll match your color scheme well. The breathing lights are a little, I wish you could either turn that off or set it to a solid color or pick your own color, but learn to live with it for the price. And so far it's played well, it's functioned well. I've not had any catching. There is a problem with liftoff distance with the ADNS 3050, which could be accurate to what's in there, because when you try to lift off just a little bit, you're gonna see that the cursor just goes down. So if you play games where you need to lift off and turn, you're probably gonna end up looking down a lot, and that may or may not irritate the hell out of you, but it would irritate the hell out of me. So that's something maybe to keep in mind when looking at mice. But when you compare it to the well, I guess you couldn't really compare it to that because I haven't had a chance to see if there are actual drivers that will actually work with it. But you know, the price point for the 80NS 3050 mice and like Cooler Master Zornet or the Rocket Lua, or I think they fall kind of in that $35 to $40 range. So for $15 to $20, you get pretty much the same hardware, pretty decent mouse. And I look forward to seeing more from this company, and I hope that, you know, the next product I try will be pretty good. And I'm not disappointed by this. I'm just highly confused by the specifications: 6400 CPI, 4000 DPI, but the sensor is only, as far as I know, capable of 2000 DPI. They do also have in there listed that it's 1000 hertz polling out of the box, but I'm not sure how believable that is without something to look at. So, you know, also, I used to have a really great program for tracking DPI polling and all that for mice that didn't have software. So if you have any recommendations or anything, please leave me a comment so I can go find that and use it for my mouse testing, because I've got to get back on looking for that, because that was just a crutch back in the day for me testing eBay mice. But I would say that this is a really nice pickup for the price. And if you're looking budget oriented, it looks good, it feels good, it's got a nice weight. Teflon feet at the bottom, uses an Avago sensor. Really nice button press. There's really not too much else to say. I wish I had better specifications to go over, but I'm completely confused on what they've said they have in there and what it may or may not actually have in there. So it'd be nice if I get a chance to try drivers, if there are indeed drivers. I contacted them if I didn't mention that. And I will update this. I'll post something down below and I'll let you know if this is maybe more so worth it or not. But anyway, stay tuned for that. So if you need to come back and check for updates, cool, if it's something you're considering. But I think for $15, $20 you wouldn't be too disappointed in this. It's pretty nice. And you know, let's hope that they keep putting out good stuff, because I like budget companies that care about their customers and will put out good stuff, and this company seems like they will be that. And that's about enough of this. Made this a 7-minute video just rambling about wishing I had more. So we're going to go to the outro. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave me a comment if you can help me understand maybe what I'm not catching about these specifications. I'll throw up a picture of it in the video and you can take a look at it. Just, you know, get engaged with me about it, because there's very well possibly my ill education on it. But anyways, rolling the outro. Have a good night.